Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooke if you're new here, and if you're not new here you already know me. Today I'm doing the my personality type plus tag video. So I was tagged by Autumn Ashley, so thanks so much for that tag. Basically in this video you do the Myers Briggs test and you talk about your personality type. There's a bunch of questions that you go through and I'm gonna go and answer them. I already took the test, so it was interesting. There were questions that I wasn't really sure how to answer, and I don't know if I did the best job at answering them, but I tried. Also, I want to show you guys my new pillow thing. So you can't really see it behind me, but I got this little look how cute he is. It's so soft and squishy and I love it so much. So anyways, now that that's out of the way, the first question is, what is your Myers Briggs personality profile? So I got INTP/T. So apparently the letters in this code mean something, which I figured. They refer to your 5 dominant traits. So I got introverted, intuitive, thinking, prospecting, and turbulent. So my type is turbulent logician, and I got the role of analyst. I don't really know what all of this means, but I got INTP-T. So there's a little description of the logician personality type. So it says it's fairly rare. It makes up 3% of the population. They pride themselves on intentiveness, creativity, unique perspective, intelligence. They are known as the philosopher, architect, or the dreamy professor, and have been responsible for many scientific discoveries throughout history. So, sounds okay. The second question is, according to the 16 Personalities website, what are your strengths and weaknesses? So I'm gonna go through the strengths and kind of talk about which ones I identify with and which ones I don't and why. So the first one is great analysts and abstract thinkers. This one I would like to agree with. I would think that I'm pretty analytic. As for being an abstract thinker, I'm not sure about that one. I would like to think that, but I don't know how much I embody that. The next one is imaginative and original. This is a writing channel. I'm a writer. As a writer, I would like to think that yes, I'm imaginative and original. Sometimes more than others if I'm in a writing slump. The next one is open-minded. So I'm not too sure if I resonate with this one fully. I'm open-minded in the sense that I do like new ideas. I like new ways of doing things. But if there's a way of doing something that already works and someone wants to do it a different way, I kind of just think why reinvent the wheel if it's already working and your way isn't necessarily going to improve it, it's just a different way. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but so the way that they describe this is that you're highly receptive to alternate theories as long as they're supported by logic and facts, and I would say 100% yes. If I am presented with an argument that is backed up by logic and facts, then yes, I'm open-minded. Another one is enthusiastic. As you guys have probably seen in my recent videos, I'm extremely enthusiastic about the new project that I'm working on. Many of you guys have commented saying that you're loving how excited I am for my new project, and I love that you guys are excited too. So yes, I would say that I am enthusiastic. I'm enthusiastic about learning new things, starting new things. I just love learning and gaining knowledge, so yes, I am enthusiastic. Objective. So I would say that I am objective. I look at things objectively. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that one. The last one is honest and straightforward. I 100% relate to this one. I like to think that I am honest and straightforward. So for example, if I'm having a conversation with somebody, I'm very to the point. I don't dance around and use fancy language. There's no fluff. I'm just like, this is what it is. This is what I'm talking to you about. This is what I'm asking you. This is what I want from you. It's a very straightforward interaction. There's no hidden meaning. I'm not cryptic. I just, whatever I say, I mean. Honest too, yeah, I'm one of those people, yeah, I find it very hard to lie. I don't really feel the need in most situations. So, weaknesses. So, the first one is very private and withdrawn. I would say that to an extent. With people that I don't know, with people that I am comfortable around, I get less private and withdrawn, and I tend to talk too much. So that does apply to me in certain situations. The example of this is being shy in social settings. Obviously, part of this INTP title is that you're introverted, and I'm 100% introverted, which is really ironic since I make YouTube videos, but whatever. So yes, logicians are quite shy in social settings, 100%. It says more complicated situations such as parties tend to exacerbate this. Yeah, obviously. So the next weakness is insensitive. So it says that you can get caught up in logic and forget that there's any kind of emotional consideration. I'm not sure that I resonate with that. I like to think that I'm pretty empathetic and sensitive to other people's emotions, so I don't think that that really applies to me. The next one is absent-minded. That can be true for me. It says that when you get infatuated with something, so whether it's an idea or a project, you can forget about eating, you can forget about sleep, things like that, and I can relate to that. There's days where I'm working on something and all of a sudden it's afternoon and I'm like, whoa, I haven't eaten breakfast yet, you know? So yeah, I think that definitely applies to me. The next one is condescending. So I'm not sure in what context they're talking about this. So it says, oh, okay, so it's talking about like explaining things to another person. They can get frustrated, simplifying things to the point of insult, because they struggle to gauge their conversation partner's perspective. I don't know if I agree with that. I think I'm pretty good about understanding people's knowledge of things. So if I'm explaining a new concept to someone, we kind of get on the same page first about what their knowledge base is, and I find it pretty easy to explain to that level. And I don't have to do it very often either. I don't find myself in positions where I'm having to explain something to someone. Typically, it's a discussion format. It's not like a teaching format. So I don't find that. The next one, and the second last one, is that you loathe rules and guidelines. I do not loathe rules and guidelines. I like guidelines. I like following a plan. When I had assignments in university, I loved having outlines, things like that to go off of. So that is definitely not me. The last one is that they second guess themselves. Yeah, 100%. I second guess myself far too much, and that's just how it is, and I've accepted it. So yes, I would say that that is 100% true. That's a very long question, I'm sorry. Number 3 is, do you feel like your type is accurate? If not, what did the profile get wrong? Yeah, I think it's pretty accurate, to be honest. I mean, it's really hard to be inaccurate when someone is so introverted. I got like 90% introversion, so I think that that really dictates a lot of the things that they're talking about. So I would say it's pretty accurate, yep. Number 4 is, how do you feel like your personality affects your writing? Well, in my writing, the first thing, I tend to struggle with characters expressing information to other characters, so especially about their personal lives. So I'm like, oh, are they telling them too much? Are they telling them too little? Is this too early for them to be talking about this? Because I don't think I have a good judge of that kind of thing, if that makes sense. That's one thing. For me, being introverted, it's hard for me to write extroverted characters. I don't really know how to do it. And it can be hard for me to write introverted characters because I see it as a bad thing, and I know it's not, but I see it as a weakness, and I struggle to not write it as a weakness because I know it shouldn't be. And in the book I'm writing right now, the main character is introverted, and her friend is kind of slowly helping her become more comfortable in social settings, and I think that that is an important part, is to be comfortable being introverted and just know what you can kind of handle in situations and stuff like that. So I don't think introversion is necessarily a bad thing, but I find it hard to write in a more positive light because a lot of the time something that the character's struggling to overcome is introversion, which I don't think is right, but you read about it in so many books. So it's, anyways, I don't know if my personality affects that or if it's just my reading, but. And I think that me second guessing myself affects my writing as well, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, ooh, should I do this? Should I do this? Is this good? Is this terrible? So yeah. Number 5, have you ever written a character with your personality type? If so, describe your character. Yeah, so I don't do the Myers Briggs test for my characters just because I think I would just end up answering the questions for myself and not my characters. But my current character is she would definitely have my personality type. Like I said, she's introverted, she's very studious, she's very withdrawn, especially since some things happened in her past, that isn't directly related to me, but I'm just telling you about my character. So yeah, she had some hard things happen, and she's introverted because of that and withdrawn, doesn't really want friends, doesn't want a romantic relationship. So throughout the book, you're going to see her come out of her shell a lot in positive and negative ways, I think. So yeah, that's my character. Number 7, what are your strategies for writing characters with different personality types? So when I write characters with different personality types, I base them off people that I know that are quite different from me. So I've met a lot of diverse and different personality types of people during my life. I've been friends with people who are extremely extroverted. And when I write a character like that, I take my experiences with those people and turn them into the experiences of the character. And I think it helps a lot, just even basing it on like things you've seen in social situations with people you don't know. So that's kind of my strategy for that. And the more you read and the more different characters you read, the easier it is to be able to write those characters. So I think that that's a really important aspect of it too. Number 8, what is your favorite type of character to write? Well, obviously my favorite type of character to write is a character that's just like me. I love writing characters. I like writing 2 different types of characters. I love writing shy and introverted characters because that's how I am, but I also love writing confident and just straight up badass characters. I love writing characters that love themselves because sometimes there's a little bit too much of the getting down on yourself and hating yourself, and sometimes your characters just need to love themselves. So I like both. That's very contrasting, but it's true. Number 9, what types of books do you like to read and write? What is especially appealing to you about them? If this is asking like genres and stuff, so I love reading fantasy. I have a fantasy novel kind of like on the back burner right now to write. I love writing romance and I love reading romance. So for me, what I like about it is that I just love being able to experience kind of that perfect world, and for romance anyways, and for fantasy just makes you feel like you can do anything. When I read a fantasy book, I'm like, I want to go get a sword and like an assassin suit and just be amazing. I don't know, I love fantasy. I think my favorite characters in books to read are just super empowered characters who are confident in themselves and just know that they're awesome. And I don't know, I just like it. I like it. So that is it. That's it for the Myers Briggs personality type video thing. I'm gonna tag a few people in this. I don't usually tag people, but I'm going to. I'm hoping that you guys watched right to the end. If you've done this tag before, I'm sorry, I didn't look before I did this, so shoot me a message and be like, sorry, I've done it. I'm gonna tag Sarah LeBrat, author Angela Ann, and Life of Angelina. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up because it really helps my channel out, and subscribe to my channel along with everybody else that I tagged because they're all super amazing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!